Okay, so we'll take care of these, and then we'll probably go ahead and water like the crops that are on our field. I don't have a turnip seed.
Good morning.
Which is going to disappoint Mist. But whatever. So you know how we've been doing 1x3? Now we can do an entire little bitty field. Which makes farm work so much easier. It's so much easier. Also, I could just do this. Although I think I could have done that before too. But the fields have never been easier to take care of. And there are upgrades to this, but I feel like this is the easiest upgrade to take care of. This is probably the one that, like, if you don't get any other upgrade, you should at least get this one. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to collect the grass seed because I have the energy and time to do it. And then we will probably come back and we will replant. We will replant what we missed. So if you use the scythe on a place that does not need to be cut, you will lose the grass that's growing there. And it lagged a little bit because mist is coming. So I gotta be a little bit careful, though, about what I'm doing here. But look at that. Isn't that great? We got so much. We got so much taken care of. We've got actual food for our monsters. In fact, I have enough time and energy to actually go out and get more monsters now. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Maybe not right now, but soon. Soonish. Right now, I'm just going to plant seeds. But I can think of some places where I want to get monsters. There's one monster in particular I want. For all the rocks that's in the place. So I kind of want to take care of that next.
Hey, young... Now then, what would you like? Anything else?
And I would also like... about 30 of these.
Come again.
Now, we're not going to plant them all at one time, but, well, I might plant a lot of them, but I don't plan on planting every single one of them. There are storms that can happen in the summer, so I'm mostly just going to focus in on the ones that already have, like, a 3x3 section. Like, the ones that are already ready to, like, have stuff planted on them. What I would like to do is just have more. That way, elephant, when they are ready to start growing stuff, they'll be prepared. I think what I'll do during my break, and I might actually take a break while we're in the bathhouse, because it is like 12 o'clock now. I'm going to take a look and see what monsters I can use for certain jobs. Because there's, like, I know most of the jobs, but there's like a couple that I'm like, do I need this monster or that monster, you know? So I'd kind of like to be a little bit more prepared, just solely on that. And there are lists out there. Now, I would go get some silver, but I don't want to risk it. Now, if you are trying to look for, say, silver, and you're worried that you're going to not get a lot, because there's not much in that area that I usually grind for the scorpions and stuff like that. But what you can do is you could go to the scorpions, get the iron from it, leave the entire ruins, and then go back in and more rocks will spawn in. If I am remembering correctly, there's a chance I am wrong. But if I am remembering correctly, you can do that. And so you could basically get as much silver as you want to just by doing that. But if that's assuming I am right. But there are other places like further down where you can get more silver. Just gonna wait. There we go. We'll plant this, and then I think we'll spend the rest of the day just checking out where we can plant all this grass. At least until the bathhouse is open. So what I want to do is I'm going to start where the elephant will start, and I'll just plant there and go forward. Now I might mess up a few spots here and there. Listen, they're 20 gold. The seeds are, so it's like not a big deal if I mess up a few spots. But I want to try and like use less seed instead of more, at least for this first time. And I'm not against like losing like a spot or two, cause again, it's not a big deal. Like if it's 2 spots like this, I will be bothered, but this is fine, cause I'm more worried about earning like the actual like grass. And again, there's storms that's going to be happening in summer. And I'm going to be planting so much anyway that like there's going to be Runeys popping up all over the place. Basically, he'll start at the very end, like right over here. And he'll be going this way first, and then he'll be going down. And then he'll be going to the next row like this. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, so there's 2. I'm just seeing how this works. Oh, I shouldn't have planted here. That's fine. I won't plant in this spot, because there's 3 here. I will plant here, though. I think I'm going to need more seed, actually. But unfortunately, our little guy is a bit dumb. So, as long as the area is tilled, he will still attempt to grow the grass. There, he will still attempt to water it. And that's kind of why I'm planting just everywhere. Because I know he's going to try and do it anyway. How much grass seed do I got left? 5? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna fish. I'm gonna fish a little bit. I'll fish closer to Melody's. But once we get into the bathhouse, we'll talk to Nolan and then pause it there. We'll fish right here. But we still got to go to the place tonight and talk to Iris. I did forget about Iris again. But we've had so much to do. We've had so many things to do and explore and stuff like that. And we have energy now. It's great. We'll do one more time. Now I could use the specialty button, but I don't really need to worry about it. I don't really need to worry about it.
Hi. Welcome.
Threatening us for going into the women's bath.
Hello.
And we're gonna stop here. So I'm gonna stop right here for just a little bit. I'm gonna stretch. I kind of think I'm gonna get some peanut butter. Like I don't feel shaky. I pushed the wrong button. I'm so sorry. I don't really feel shaky or anything like that. I just feel a little bit off, and it might just be me tired. But I'm just gonna get something to eat and make sure that like my sugar isn't going down again. Cause like I feel like the warmer I am, the more likely my sugar is gonna drop. And I am feeling a bit warm. I had to take off my jacket. So I'm just gonna make sure. Like sometimes it's hard to tell if it's just a sugar drop or if it's something else. So I'm just gonna make sure of that. Okay? But I'm fine right now. I'm just gonna make sure. And I'll see you in a bit. Just a little bit. I'm just gonna do stretches and stuff, and then we'll come back. Alright. Just looking up research on like the monsters real quick. So don't don't worry. It just kind of fell asleep while I was gone. I did like check my blood sugar and stuff. Well, I didn't check my blood sugar, but I did take some peanut butter to make sure my blood sugar isn't getting too high or too low. Honestly, it feels like maybe it got a little low. Like, it happens sometimes, but it feels like it's been happening a little bit more lately. But I'm supposed to talk to my doctor next month anyway. So, it's something I'm going to be talking to him about anyway. Because, like, next month is my regular checkup, but I'm just kind of using this to, like taking notes on every time I'm having, like, bad health days and stuff like that, or, like, feeling like my sugar's dropping. But still, it sucks. Anyway, I did some research. I looked up a thing to see which monsters gave me, like, what. So we have a bunch of monsters and on the thing, and certain ones do certain things. So, like, there's a few monsters that will give you harvest your crops, certain ones that will break rocks, certain ones that will cut trees, certain ones that'll water, certain ones that'll gather the wild plants, like the grasses and stuff, certain ones that will cut down the grass, and then other things. Okay? So we're going to focus more on the ones that will help out at the farm. We don't really need a crop harvester, so I'm going to ignore those. And we're going to focus in on other stuff tonight. We're going to focus in on the other stuff. We're going to gather other monsters tonight. And one of them is over here. So the first one I want to get is a rock breaker, because we're pretty good on most of the rocks right now. Or not the rocks, the stumps right now. We've mostly got rid of them on our own at the farm, but it will be nice to have one of those later on. But we want a rock breaker for right now. Sorry about that. I had to pause. I'm just making sure that my stuff is still recording. Listen, I have like 3 different screens up right now. I had to hide OBS because there's just so many screens. So I'm just having to check and make sure everything's working. One day I will have like multi-screen setups, but not anytime soon. But we're going to take care of all this. We're going to harvest. And the first one I want is a slime. The slimes can break down rocks. There's a few other monsters. The golems will break them down. There is a beetle. There's a troll. Later on, there's a... I think the trolls and gigantes. And then anything that looks the same as those monsters, but are a different color, typically share the same traits. They have the same abilities. So like if you see this guy, but he's a different color later on, then there's a good chance that they will also be able to do the same thing, right? So if we see a different color slime later, or a different color like golem, they're probably going to be rock breakers. I don't think it's every single time though. I think sometimes you will see somebody that's a little different, but a lot of them tend to share the same skill, just a different color. So that's all this. And then this little guy right here is one of the, you know what, since I'm not going to collect them, the ants, the blood panthers, which we haven't seen yet, there's panthers, the goblins, the orcs, the hobgoblins, and like anything that looks like an orc, so like the ones with the sticks and the ones with the archer, the bows, they're all harvesters. So that's all the harvester ones. So these little green goblin guys, and then the one with the fur. That kind of just swing their stick around or like shoot you with a bow and arrow. Those are all harvesters. And then the ants.
Hey there.
I want this guy.
Hey there. Hey there. Hey there.
So oh, his name is Puyo. I'm gonna call him Puyo. Listen, that's a cute name. Okay. So that's the first guy. Now you can have up to 10 monsters on your farm. Oh, we got poisoned. Let me see. I think I do have a level 2 item. I'm just going to use the level 2. There are 3 other monsters I want up here. Yes, 3. We'll probably get most of our monsters up here, honestly. I do kind of want to go downstairs to get a couple, but we also want a woolly.
Hey there. Hey there.
Oh, you're only doing 1 bit of health. Okay.
Hey there.
You're doing a couple of bits of health.
Hey there.
But this isn't a harvester or anything. They just give me wool. You know what? Hang on. This is going to be funny. I'm going to call you Micah. Come back at Rune Factory 3 and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Hey there. Hey there. Hey
Only
there.
a single bit of health?
Hey there.
You're such a baby now. We'll call you Momo. That's fine. Momo's a good name. So that's number 2. And despite them looking like bulls, they do give you milk. I think you can also ride them, but I'd rather ride something else.
Good evening.
She's telling us about the gate again. Are you the only one of the characters that doesn't have like the black thing in their eye? It's not a pupil, I know. Cornea? I don't know. The thing.
Thank you.
The thing. Anyway, the last one I want is a wolf, and they are literally just a mount. That's all they are, is just a mount. Anyway, woodcutters. There are birds that can be used to cut trees. Don't ask me why. A bird can do it.
Hey there. Hey there.
This guy's gonna hurt me a bit.
Hey there.
See, this is why I kind of wanted to deal with these first, because I didn't know how strong these guys would be.
Hey there.
Yeah, if you want to be called wolf, that's fine. There's minotaurs, which are later in the fire area, the lava ruins. There's a soul that's in a different that's in the next ruins that we unlocked, the last ruins. A thing called Weagle, and also the little mages. The little mages that you can find can also be used. So we're gonna go find a little mage. In fact, there are 3 creatures. No, there's actually more than 3 that I want in the spring dungeon. But the real question is, how many can I get in such a short span of time without dying? That's the real question. My main focus tonight is on getting the wizard. Excuse me a second. I need to cough again. Excuse me. I hope that it didn't pop up in the feed. I don't know if it did. But, what? No, not what I meant to do. Okay. So I popped down here because I feel like it's easier to find the wizard this way. As well as another creature. I am talking about the bee.
Hey there. Hey there. Hey there.
Why aren't you letting me pet you? Thank you.
Hey there. Hey there.
Now that we're level 3, by the way,
Hey there.
we can break those rocks down. Yeah, you can be called Buzzer. But we can also get a chicken. The bee gives us honey.
Hey there. Hey there.
These cluckadoos, we'll call them Doodle, give us eggs. But there is a couple more monsters I want to get. The wizard's just the main one. Good. Good. I didn't want to kill the wizard, so this is perfect.
Hey there.
You can hurt me, I don't mind.
Hey there.
I'm actually surprised at how much you're doing to me.
Hey there. Hey there.
I guess Shine is probably not the best name for you. How about we just call you Bones, because you got that little skull on your head. But this is our woodcutter. There we go. Let me see what else I can find. You know what? It might be easier to do it this way. Yeah, it will be easier to do it this way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... I'm looking at the time now. I'm just gonna have to do 1. And it'll be this little guy.
Hey there.
And this guy is just for grass harvesting. Just on the days where, like, grass somehow spawns.
Hey there.
I'm just gonna call you Nuts, okay? But it's getting late, and there are a few monsters I want to get. So there are some plants. So there are 3 dungeons. I don't think Whale Island has them, but the plants that you'll see sometimes that could stun you. Each one of them, I will not be getting one myself because I don't really need the seeds. You know what? I could probably get them. I could probably get one, but I don't know if I have the room right now. Let me see how much room I got. Oh, I don't have the room for anything. Okay, so we'll have to get those later. But there are some producers that I need to get. But we'll save them for a different time. I'll have to get like a bigger thing later. But that means I'm going to have to grow more grass. But essentially the other things I was looking for is the plants. And you need like all three of them. Because there's one for summer, there's one for fall, and one for spring seeds. And it's all the different plants. And they give you they'll give you any seed whenever they produce. It's always random. It's always random the seed, but it can be any seed, including the really expensive seeds from Rosetta. So, like, if you want to save some money, you're better off doing that. It just might take you a while to actually get those seeds.
Hey there.
I think I can actually ride the elephant, too. I think I got 3 mounts here, technically. The elephant, the wolf, and the cow. Although it might be certain times, it might be certain breeds of cow instead. I'm not entirely sure about that. You know what? Since I am up, and since we have planted a bunch of them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to water a little bit of this. Just a little bit of this. You know what? My sugar might have dropped because I'm suddenly feeling a lot better. We'll water a few rows of this. Like, I do have insulin resistance. I also have a thyroid problem. So, it isn't rare for me to, like, develop hot flashes and, like, sugar drops and stuff like that. But I do feel like they've been happening more often lately. So I'll be talking to my doctor about that. So that one, I mean, I guess I can... No, that's like a level 48 cooking thing. So we'll just take care of the chubs. And tomorrow's going to be a lot easier to take care of the crops and stuff. I mean, we have so much energy tonight that we can literally just, like, work on a little skill here and there. In fact, I might need to actually work on my axe skill. Let me take a look. RPU... Let's see, my farming skill is 44. My lumber's only 18, though. I need a required skill of 30 to really maximize that. It's been a while since I've really done anything besides, like, the magic. Just swinging my axe around. Because, like, let me see. My magic's level 14. Honestly, my farming and weapons and, like the crafting associated skills are, like, the highest.